we have our first question from Matthew Stewart, and he says, "Hey Mr. H, been following for a while now and am a big fan of your work. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the question. Was wanting to pick your brain about a certain red-skinned superhero. As we've seen in the last iteration with David Harbour's Hellboy, it just doesn't sell to the masses, unfortunately. As a fan, I assume you are to some degree. Yeah, I am. To some degree, I absolutely am. How would you bring the character to life in another film reboot, or would you see it, how it would fare in the hands of a streaming service like Amazon or Netflix? Very interesting question there. I mean, the future of the Hellboy universe, if you can even call it that, is slim at best now, I guess. I mean, with respect to a streaming service and the audience's reaction to Hellboy on a whole, I don't necessarily think it's Hellboy and how it's handled. I think ultimately Hellboy has a very limited audience. I think even chucking it on the likes of Amazon or Netflix is going to be a bad way to go. I just don't think it has the audience. You'd really have to change the core concept of what Hellboy is for it to appeal to a wider audience and actually become a success. So I don't think it should be adapted, because I don't think it has a wider narrative, like a wider appeal. A lot of people will say things like, you know, the Guillermo del Toro movies. None of them made money. If you look at their budgets versus the financial rewards, none of them made money. They perhaps made a little bit of cash over on Blu-rays and things like that, but they basically made nothing at the box office. In fact, the first one was a huge loss to the studio. So I just don't think they should be adapted, which is a shame because I think that they're very, very good. But anyway, thanks so much for your question. And now let's move on